Hi, you're face to face with Shell. I hope everyone's doing okay out there. I'm going to continue with our adventures in Cornwall. We had been recommended uh, what our friends had called from Glastonbury a haunted church. They said if you ever get the chance, go to, and I hope I'm going to pronounce this properly, Morwenstow in Cornwall. And they said it was haunted. I'm not too sure if the church was haunted or not, but there were stories of once upon a time an eccentric vicar. Some stories we've heard said that he would go riding at night up and down on his horse in the village. Others said that he was an opiate dependent and he would write all sorts of poems. I don't know. Sounds good. So we did eventually find the church. It was a very stormy day. Wind was howling, rain was battering down. And we did find it after having to drive along very narrow country lanes with huge hedges on either side, which is quite normal for Cornwall. Coming from Scotland, we're used to single track roads, but in Scotland, up north, they have passing places and you can normally see quite a bit along the road, so you can see if anything else is coming. Not so much in Cornwall. They don't have a lot of passing places and the hedges are very high. So sometimes when you're going round a corner, you're really not too sure what you're going to meet. So you have to take it quite steady. And our friend Helen, who came down to see us whilst we were in Cornwall, said, you have to watch because some of these hedges have walls built into them. So if you're moving over to let another vehicle pass, you have to really watch that you're not going to damage your vehicle in the process. You just have to be very, very careful. So it's something to watch out for if you're ever down that way. So we did find the church. As I said, it was very stormy and the sea isn't far away from the church at all. And as we walked through the graveyard to the left, there was a figurehead from a ship and it was marking the graves of sailors that were killed in a shipwreck called the Caledonia. And because obviously we come from Scotland, we were quite interested. The one in the graveyard was a replica, and when we went into the church, the original figurehead had been restored and still sits in the church. You can read all about it when you're in the church, but I'll put a link in the description so you can find out more about the shipwreck and how the figurehead was restored. As I said, it was very windy and rainy and it was very, very atmospheric in the church. I had a very heavy door, so as we'd entered, it creaked as we went in, and the wind was howling, rain battering down, and knowing that the sea wasn't very far away, it honestly, it was lovely just sitting in silence, just listening to everything, all the elements happening round about us. There was a Norman font there, so this place has serious history. And as I said, it was just lovely sitting and listening. Obviously, we were a bit cold, so we went to a lovely tea room just across the road. And we were going to sit at a larger table, but we noticed a smaller one was being cleared, so we decided to move to that. And just as we were doing so, one of the servers had just said, would you mind moving? I said, no, we're actually doing that because we realised we're going to take up a large table. She says, yeah, and there's a family coming in, so that'd be really much appreciated. So the family came in and they thanked us for moving and we exchanged a few words. I had a beautiful bowl of homemade soup and warm soft bread, and Chris had a cream tea. Being very careful to make sure he put the jam and the cream on the right way because Devon and Cornwall have very different ways of putting it on. And I'm sure Cornwall puts the jam on first and then the cream. Devon, it's the other way around. If I've got that wrong, again, I apologise. Once we'd finished our meal, one of the ladies who were at the table where we'd originally moved from, she said, sit beside us and we'll have a little chat. So we exchanged a few stories of our travels, etc. And a gentleman joined. He was part of the family, but he had been having a little walk around the lovely tea room, looking at all the little knickknacks that were there. And he sat down beside us and he said, I just can feel your energies. It's lovely. He said, I would have no problem sitting in a strange bar, say in Glasgow, Scotland, having a drink with yous, not knowing yous. But he said, I'd feel very comfortable because I can feel your energies. And it was such a lovely thing to say. And we really had enjoyed the short time we had chatting with him. As we got up to leave, I took the gentleman's hand and I said, well, maybe we'll get that drink in Scotland one of these times. And he squeezed my hand gently and he said, well, maybe not in this life, but maybe in the next. And I just thought that was absolutely awesome. Our whole road trip had been like this, meeting such lovely people and having very, very interesting and connecting conversations. We then decided that we wanted to stay in an inn, and we'd found one called the Bush Inn. I'm sure it's 13th century. It was absolutely gorgeous, but it was a little cold. So we just had one drink and we decided that we'd carry on to see if we could find something that was maybe a bit more cosier. Obviously, the weather didn't help. Everything we tried was closed. We even drove into Devon. We couldn't find anything that was open. So we decided that we'd head back to the chalet. The weather was getting a bit worse and it was starting to get dark. So we decided we'll go back to the chalet and we'll do a little more research to see what inns are actually open and where we can actually stay. We were obviously looking for something that was haunted. So that's for the next video because we did find one. Thank you so much for watching and a massive shout out to my subscribers and a massive shout out to my new subscribers. Thank you so, so much. If you haven't already subscribed, it'd be great if you could do so. And don't forget to hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on any videos. It'd be also great if you could give me a like, a thumbs up and a share. Remember, I do have a website and you can head over there where you'll find lots more information, help and photographs. As I said, I'll put links in the description and you can head over to my website and I'll put a link to the page that corresponds with this video and you can see some photographs from our travels. Thank you once again. Stay safe, stay strong, and we'll chat soon. Bye.